From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Wildfires driven by hurricane-force winds are burning homes and businesses in Colorado subdivisions. The story of one family who fled the flames is coming up.
1590 Search and Rescue is asking taxpayers for help. I'll tell you the story coming up.
Open for business. The second year of the pandemic brought economic comebacks and stock market swings. I'm Diane King Hall at the New York Stock Exchange with a roundup of the seesaw year in business.
Good morning, Southwest Montana. Almost 6:32 now on this New Year's Eve, and it doesn't look cold outside, but it's pretty
yeah,
cold.
it's kind of deceiving until you step outside. Yeah,
like, oh, okay.
Bundle up. There are snow showers out there. You can see that glow on the horizon there in Butte. Good chance we'll start to see some snow flying out in that area through the morning. Temperatures single digits for the early part of the morning. You can see the models indicating we're going to see these thin bands of snow trying to roll through. This is a very fine snow. We don't expect to see a lot of accumulation, but we will see blowing and drifting snow, especially at pass level. Forecast for today, single digits in the Bozeman area. Butte, again, you can see that glow out there. It does look like we've got some snow in the air, may not be hitting the ground all the way across the area. Single digits for today, but sub-zero for New Year's Eve. I'm going to break down that forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Awesome. See you soon. Well, all morning we've been showing you video from a wildfire that is claiming a huge number of homes between Boulder and Denver, Colorado. Here are just some of the more pictures of a neighborhood going up in flames as firefighters were powerless to stop it. The fires are being fanned by winds up to 105 miles an hour. An estimated 580 homes, a hotel, and a shopping center have been burned, and tens of thousands of people were evacuated. Reporter Dan Grossman caught up with the family at a Boulder shelter, waiting and hoping they will have a home to go home to.
The silence inside the North Boulder Recreation Center did not reflect the turmoil percolating within those who were here.
It's minute to minute, dude. I'm trying to keep it together, to be honest, and not doing the best job of it.
Rich Morrow was fixated on two things: the solace knowing his family was safe by his side, and the horror he had driven through to get them here.
I mean, seeing an entire 2,000, 3,000 square foot home just on fire that close to you, yeah, I don't want anybody to have to deal with that ever.
These are the homes in Rich's neighboring complex. Hundreds burned as winds continued to gust throughout Thursday evening, pushing the fire closer to his.
Terrifying. Like on the way in, it was just smoke. Like the Harper Lake area looked like it was all going up. You could see heavy black, nasty construction material smoke.
As the smoke billowed higher and wider,
I've got a ring cam pointed out the front.
So too did Rich's uncertainty.
So yeah, I'm probably get to watch my house burn down and my whole neighborhood.
With little to suggest the fate of his home, Rich spent the long hours of the night wondering, hoping,
I am so thankful that they took dogs here.
And leaning on those he loved to get him through. I'm Dan Grossman.
Just heartbreaking. Well, in some COVID-related news, we are learning more about Omicron's presence here in Montana. The state released the new data on its weekly report of COVID-19. As of Wednesday, there have been 15 cases linked to Omicron, and the variant has been found in 8 different counties. Those counties are Cascade, Gallatin, Glacier, Hill, Jefferson, Missoula, Pend Oreille, and Yellowstone. Available data shows that the Delta variant remains the dominant strain in Montana at this time.
For 58 years, the 1590 Search and Rescue Organization has been serving Butte, Silverbow, and the surrounding community. But with outdated equipment and training, it may not last long.
1590 Search and Rescue is requesting $1 million levy to help fund their organization. Brad Belke, the 1590 Search and Rescue commander, has been a member of the organization for 42 years. He says asking the Council of Commissioners for help is the last thing he wanted to do, but the organization has run out of time.
What we have done over the past 2 decades is operate a search and rescue on an annual budget of less than $20,000 a year.
1590 Search and Rescue has fundraised through raffle tickets, concert tickets, and a bucket drive. They receive a small annual stipend from the Sheriff's Office and occasional corporate and federal grants. But it isn't enough.
An amount that is significantly less than what we need and also less than the budget of other nearby search and rescue organizations.
Compared to other county search and rescue teams, Lewis and Clark County's search and rescue team receives $200,000 annually. Madison County's search and rescue team receives $146,000 annually. And Gallatin County's search and rescue team receives $1.1 million annually. Much of the equipment used is bought and maintained by individual members. Some equipment is received secondhand.
2 of the vehicles we operate now are more than 30 years old.
The cost has become too much for individual members. Outside training like EMT first aid courses have become too expensive, and members had to let certification lapse because they couldn't afford the classes. With a mill levy, the organization would be able to take advantage of new technology and classes.
And if we had the funds to purchase new technology, not only vehicles but other equipment, we could provide a better emergency response.
The Council of Commissioners will vote in their next meeting to see if the issue is placed on the 2022 ballots. In Butte, Caitlin Aguiles, MTN News.
While the pandemic kept its grip on the financial world, there were plenty of other business headlines in 2021. Small investors staged a rebellion over GameStop. The Delta variant slammed the brakes on the return to office. Millions of Americans quit their jobs, and the tech titans took on a president. CBS's Diane King Hall has a look at the year's biggest business stories.
Social media flexed its muscle in 2021. Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube banned former President Trump after the January 6th attack on the Capitol, saying his words could incite violence.
You cannot use our services to say things which we think deliberately can lead to harm.
Small investors mobilized in a buying frenzy over GameStop shares. The stock of the troubled retailer soared, costing hedge funds who had bet against it billions of dollars. The pandemic bought some extra time for taxpayers. For the second year, the tax filing deadline was postponed to give people more time to navigate unusual circumstances.
I've never seen anything like this, have you?
Drivers felt pain at the pump, from the cyber attack on Colonial Pipeline to damage from Hurricane Ida. The loss of supply and demand made gasoline nearly 50% more expensive than it was a year ago. Bernie Madoff, who pulled off the biggest Ponzi scheme in history, died in prison. He was 82 and serving a 150-year sentence for swindling thousands of investors. Peloton recalled about 125,000 treadmills after they were linked to dozens of injuries and the death of a child. A former employee blew the whistle on Facebook, telling Congress the social media giant knew it was causing harm.
So Facebook knows that they are leading young users to anorexia content.
Weeks later, the tech giant changed its name to Meta as part of a larger rebranding.
We're going to be metaverse first, not Facebook first.
The unemployment rate dropped back to 4.2% as employers scrambled to find workers.
We're trying to hire more baristas, we're trying to hire cooks.
But American workers had different ideas. 4.4 million quit their jobs in September and another 4.2 million in October in a trend known as the Great Resignation.
The pandemic may have influenced it in that I think it changed my mindset.
Pandemic shutdowns led to a global shortage of computer chips used in everything from cars to smartphones. And traffic jams at ports contributed to disruptions in the supply chain, with retailers running low on stock, including Christmas trees.
We do have a shortage this year, and that's a big problem.
Lower stock meant higher prices, and with inflation climbing at the fastest pace in 40 years, President Biden nominated Jerome Powell for a second term as head of the Federal Reserve. More investors joined the crypto craze, with Bitcoin touching record highs, while a similar theme played out on Wall Street, the stock market overcoming a world of worries to continue its bull run. Diane King Hall, CBS News, New York.